Have you ever wondered what makes Tokyo Ghoul so captivating? The mix of its dark themes, emotional depth, and thrilling action has earned it a legendary status among anime fans. But what do you watch when you've experienced every twist and turn of Kaneki's journey? And don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button to uncover more anime recommendations like these. Anime thrives on storytelling that delves into human struggles, identity, and sacrifice. And over the years, countless shows have embraced the brutal yet beautiful world. Tokyo Ghoul explored if you're drawn to dark fantasy, thrilling battles, or existential dilemmas, there's a lineup of series you simply can't miss. Let's dive into some of the very best. First, imagine merging with something entirely otherworldly and terrifying. Um, and that's Denji's story in Chainsaw Man. And like Kaneki, Denji transforms after a near-death encounter, forming a bond with Pachita, a devil, uh, now wielding chainsaws sprouting from his arms. He's caught up in a dangerous, devil-ridden world as part of the public safety division, and sounds intense, right? Well, let's just say his life gets more complicated. A theme Tokyo Ghoul fans are all too familiar with. But remember, Makima, the division's enigmatic leader, isn't someone you trust at a dinner party. Speaking of trust, few anime challenge the idea of loyalty and morality more than Devilman Crybaby. Akira, much like Kaneki, gains monstrous power through questionable means and wrestles with his humanity. It's edgy, dramatic, and absolutely heartbreaking. Fun fact, both stories question whether power comes with a price too steep to bear. Honestly, if Akira and Kaneki sat down for coffee, they'd probably bond over existential dilemmas. If you're into tragic endings and moral gray areas, this one's for you. Ever felt like you were just an ordinary person and then, bam, your entire life flips upside down? Um, that's what Kainagai experiences in Ajin Demi-Human. Um, like sometime, and after surviving a deadly accident, he discovers he's an immortal being hunted by society. Much like ghouls in Tokyo, Ajin are feared, misunderstood, and tragically exploited. Um, Kei, like Kaneki, doesn't have the luxury of normalcy anymore. And let's be honest, if immortality comes with that much chaos, maybe it's not all it's cracked up to be. Um, Now mix some madness with a dash of survival, and you'll get Future Diary. And what would you do if your phone told you the future, but forced you into a no holds barred death game? Yukikaru's teenage life shifts from mundane to murderous, uh, running the paranoia, high stakes, and mental breakdowns echo Tokyo Ghoul's gut wrenching atmosphere. And let's not even get started on the Yunogasai craziness. She might even rival Rize in unpredictability. Uh, and then there's the eerie brilliance of Psychopaths. And while it's more about policing a dystopian future, its psychological drama and violent confrontations would feel familiar to Tokyo Ghoul fans. When society has the power to label you a criminal before you've even committed a crime, chaos is inevitable. Uh, uh, if you enjoy the moral dilemmas of Tokyo Ghoul, right, where hunters and hunted overlap in gray areas, give this one a try. Shifting gears to classics, uh, Neon Genesis Evangelion brings psychological destruction into the mix. And Shinji and Kaneki could form a therapy club if they weren't busy carrying the weight of apocalyptic battles. Both are young, reluctant heroes thrust into roles they never asked for. Um, the psychological unraveling of their minds mirrors each other in haunting ways. Whether it's piloting mechs or enduring ghoul transformations, being a protagonist isn't all it's cracked up to be, huh? For horror lovers, another takes gore and mystery to its chilling peak. A cursed classroom, gruesome deaths, and a relentless quest for answers draw parallels to the dangerous world. Kamiki navigates, much like ghouls, the malevolent spirit here isn't easily outsmarted. So if you like jump scares along with themes of survival, this unsettling tale is worth a watch. Uh, and let's not forget the violent heart racing action of terraformers. Imagine battling mutated humanoid cockroaches on Mars after Earth's experiments go wildly wrong. The biological transformations these characters experience during fights will trigger flashbacks to Kagune battles in Tokyo Ghoul, except here the enemy's antennae are a major plot twist. Uh, just remember, if you ever consider going to Mars, maybe rethink your vacation plans. For those craving a touch of medieval fantasy, Claymore delivers. Uh, Half human, half monster warriors battling flesh eating creatures. That's practically Tokyo Ghoul in a new skin. Player, the lead, embodies the same quiet, struggling strength as Kaneki, only with more broadswords and fewer coffee shop scenes. That it's a bit older, but absolutely deserves its cult classic status. Meanwhile, Blue Exorcist brings a fiery twist to the human versus demon trope. Ren, the son of Satan, must choose between embracing his dark lineage or fighting it. The inner turmoil, society's judgment, and high-octane fights parallel Kaneki's journey, toss in some humor and camaraderie, and you've got yourself an endlessly enjoyable series. And if you think Tokyo Ghoul is edgy, you haven't experienced Gantz. This anime is a smorgasbord of shocking violence and existential horror. After dying, Key is forced to join a sinister survival gang orchestrated by an alien black orb. Sounds weird. But it's the kind of weird that sticks with you, much like Kaneki's half ghoul headaches, period, for a slower paced but equally chilling experience. Shiki unravels the haunting mystery of a small village tormented by vampires. As the body count rises, it questions who the real monsters are, humans or the hungry predators lurking in the night. Then it's Tokyo Ghoul's neighbor. In terms of tragic monster tales, these, and then finally rise to the colossal challenge of Attack on Titan. Humanity versus gigantic man-eating titans, with Eren Yeager taking the spotlight. Both Eren and Kaneki undergo painful transformations, becoming what they fear and hate. This series dives heavily into survival and betrayal, much like the ghoul-infested alleys Kaneki navigates. Before we wrap up, quick question. Why don't ghouls ever become chefs? Because they're terrible at human recipes? Okay, moving on. Goodbye. If you're itching for more, Parasite the Maxim follows Shinichi, another high schooler forced to balance coexistence with a monster living in his hand. Much like Kaneki, his relationship with humanity changes forever. And if one prison wasn't enough, throws Ganta into a gruesome battle for survival within a deadly carnival-like penitentiary, powers murder and an oppressive system. Sounds like Kaneki's Tuesday. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, sorry.